Okay, so Chucky Kobe, Basic Instructions, and I'm feeling really excited about connecting today with a client and colleague, Kristen Westbrook from Bentonville, Arkansas, and she has been gracious enough to bless us with her presence and talk about her experience working with mental and emotional release, NLP, and Basic Instructions. So thank you, Kristen. Really appreciate you taking the time out to share with others that may be able to benefit from the experience you've had and having a similar experience for themselves. So just let me ask you, when you think back to January, I'm wondering what motivated you to invest in yourself and mental and emotional release in a breakthrough session with Basic Instructions.
It started out with I wanted to invest in my business. I was overwhelmed and I had a job that I loved and was passionate about. So how could I be overwhelmed with something that I loved? And so I started taking some business classes and started learning how my inner core affects my outer core in every aspect of my life.
Awesome. Awesome. So, a lot of times when people, when I work with clients and with NLP and MER, there's, a lot, sometimes mental blocks or emotional blockages that are preventing people from experiencing life the way that they want to. So I'm just curious as to, before we did the release back on January 25th, I'm curious about, what emotional blockages or had you feeling mentally stuck in life in different aspects of life, if you feel comfortable enough sharing some of that stuff with the viewers.
I feel like I had so many emotional and mental blocks. I'm not really sure how to list them, but I would say my biggest one that affected everything else was the way I viewed myself. I didn't have a lot of self-worth, and I came across as confident, but didn't feel it from the inside. And like I said, it affected my business, the way I carried myself every day, and even as a parent.
Right. So, that the issues with self-worth, and, we took care of all of that with the Basic Instructions MER Breakthrough system, and, which starts with the MER Breakthrough session. And I'm curious, when once we went through the story, some of the things that have happened in the past that we were ready to get rid of, how easy was the whole entire process? How easy was it to get rid of the old baggage, the head trash, and that old way of thinking, the things that, were keeping you feeling stuck and mentally and emotionally where you were in life? Like, how easy was the whole process?
I would say it was surprisingly easy, but I was in a place where I knew what I was doing already was not working. And the choice to trust you made everything easy, because the way you prepared me before everything was happening made me know what to expect. So it made me feel safe, and it made me feel like the energy coming from you was as a partner walking me through the process.
Right. Well, yeah, it's a do with process, and that's the whole. That's one thing I wanted to make sure that you knew, and I always want to make sure anybody I'm working with knows, is that we're in this together, and I'm gonna help you gain control over your life experience so that you can experience the Kristen Westbrook experience the way you want to. So with getting rid of all of that, all of the head trash, all the baggage, the filters, that was, weeks ago, at the end of January, and today's March 6th, 2020. And so I'm curious, since we did the release and it's been a couple of weeks now, just talk about your everyday experience. Like, how has the way you experience your daily life now different? How has it shifted from before we did the release?
I wake up different. Um, because of the habits that I've established through the SMART goal and through you walking me through everything, I start with my gratitude journal. And even on the days that I have not brought it with me, if I'm out of town or something, it just automatically comes to my mind. So I feel like the way my day starts is different than it sets me off on the right track.
Yeah.
And I'm excited in the morning. I don't feel tired. I'm ready to rock and roll. And that's different from what I experienced before.
Right. So when you're talking about being at work, working with clients, with your, as a parent with your daughter, since the release, since we've gotten rid of the old way of doing things, and you've started to take an empowered approach to your daily life, what have you experienced in terms of your relationships, like with your daughter, with people at work?
With my daughter, that's probably my most excited. Probably my most excited is with myself, honestly, because I feel like there's nothing I can't accomplish. And now I feel truly like I set the example. If she wants to accomplish something, there's nothing that's going to hold her back or hold me back. And with my relationships with my loved ones, we've actually had a lot of hard conversations, difficult conversations, but the result has been we've connected in ways we've never had in the past before. And it's deeper and more meaningful and more joyful because I don't feel held back by my own beliefs, the limiting beliefs that I used to have.
Good. Awesome. So, when we, by taking care of yourself, investing in yourself, and getting your mind and your heart in the place you want it to be, it's, what you're experiencing is a strengthening of relationships with other people. And, you're showing up different in those relationships as a parent, as a friend, as a colleague. And that's typical when we start to apply basic instructions and start to set our coordinates towards, what we want to experience. Then, this is a dynamic that I'm sure you can imagine, and I would look forward to it, that it's just going to evolve over time. And, as you become more and more empowered and take more control of your mind, you'll have more and more powerful relationships like that. So I'm just really excited that you're getting these results from us working together. So what would you say to those that are thinking about, investing in themselves in mental and emotional release, NLP, and the basic instructions? Like, who would you recommend the same type of experience you've had? Who do you believe could benefit from that?
Anybody that has questions about how they feel about themselves, how everything they've learned up to this point impacts their decisions in their families, in their businesses, decisions they make for themselves, how they feel walking through the day. If you feel drugged down or drained or tired or any of that, walking through your day, you have to invest and commit to it because it's life-changing. I'm a natural care type person, and now instead of letting that drain me, it fuels me. And so if you have any doubt in your mind whether this will help or not, just commit to it with an open mind and you will never look back.
Right. Awesome. Well, I'm just really excited that, you've had the results that from working with me and working with basic instructions, because, my whole philosophy based on my experience of reaching success in my chosen endeavors, I believe that you can have your perfect experience. I believe that everyone's perfect. And if we change what's going on within us, it's a lot easier to change what's going on around us. So I really appreciate you taking the time to connect with all of us today and share your experience. And I wish you nothing but the best. As you know, I'm always here. So, anything that does come up, you got the tools to handle it. But if you just want to cross-reference and make sure you know I'm here. So,
Thank you so much, Chucky.
all right. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing, and keep it going. Just keep being
Okay.
you. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.